Good morning. It's Friday, August 24th. You're joining us right here at 5 a.m. live at the Incident Command Post for the Miles and Columbus fires. You're here in Prospect, Oregon. This is the Information Unit. It's 5 a.m. I'm your host, Kil Casey. I'm just one of the Public Information Officers with Chris Schultes, Interagency Type 1 Incident Management Team. I want to thank my information staff. They're behind the camera, but they're behind the computer. So remember to post your questions here. We'll look for them and answer them all throughout the day. Also, a big shout out to all the spouses, relatives, and family of the firefighters who join us, who are on fires, both here and around the region. Thanks, we appreciate you. We appreciate your relatives putting in long hours out there. Let's jump right into the facts today. For the Miles fire, acreage at 35,310, containment jumped up to 54%. Columbus fire, 10,138 acres, containment at 55%. Snowshoe and Round Top remain the same. Those have been at 100% for quite a while now. Total personnel, 630. And it's much clearer today. It's much colder today. That's why the puffball's on. When I walked out at 4 a.m., I could see stars and I could see a beautiful blood red moon setting. It's definitely a lot colder out there. That's what we're trying to reflect with these puffballs. Keep it warm out there, folks. Okay, highlights for today. We're going to cover 5 highlights. We're going to give you an update on our burn operation and how well it's going. We're going to give you insights from our fire behavior analyst on just how dry these fuels are out here. We're going to give you a report on the community meeting in Tiller last night. We're going to give you a safety message on driving and just watching out for firefighters and the way you can help us. And we will give you an update on the nearby Ramsey Canyon fire where there were new level 3 evacuations issued last night by Jackson County Sheriffs. Okay, the burn operation on the east perimeter. Our goal is to secure this eastern perimeter with a nice, strong buffer so we can protect all this private federal timberland, Highway 62, and the community of Prospect. We began the burn about 3 days ago, and now they're fully into mop-up mode along this 3-mile line. So it's quite a long bit of line to be mopping up, but that's been the intense focus of our firefighting efforts. Most all the rest of the fire is just in mop-up mode and patrol. So right here is where the majority of the work's been going on right now. The winds yesterday were coming from a different direction. It didn't push any of the fire outside the line. There wasn't a big amount of activity here, but the Columbus and the Miles fire, as you can tell from the infrared map, they do want to continue to grow together. Okay. The fire behavior analyst, Dana Skelly, and we've been including her in our exclusive highlight reels. So if you go back a couple days now and you look at some of our Facebook posts, we give you insights into our 6 a.m. briefing. And Dana's really good at pointing out just how dry the fuels are around here. She's been using this term that the fire will burn deep. And what that means is some fires pass through neighborhoods very quickly and they burn very rapidly. And some fires get settled in and they burn all the available fuel. So if there's a huge tree or a stump, they'll burn all the way down to it. And that's what she's saying. Until we get significant rain here in this part of Oregon, and it's not predicted for many weeks now, the fire will burn deep. What that means for you as a homeowner or you as a local is you're going to see interior smokes pop up. You're going to see interior stumps even flame a little bit because of that long persistent burn. So just keep that in mind when you're looking out in the landscape and you see something out there inside the burn zone, you see it torching off or you see it burning smoke, it's going to be burning deep. Let's hope we get some rain. Back in my town in Alaska in 2015, we had the Sockeye fire come through. It moved very quickly. In 8 hours it burned 54 homes. I hadn't had my house yet. It is there now and it's all surrounded by dead trees. I remember though talking to the neighbors when I was firefighting that they're always worried about the after effects of fire. So we want to just let you know, we understand that. You can always call our number 541-560-3374. If there's smoke that concerns you, give us a shout. We have patrols that will stay patrolling. We know for a lot of you, having the hose laced and the crews gridding were always a good assurance. We still have folks out there patrolling. We have shifted resources to support both our burn operation and to get them onto other fires like the Ramsey Canyon and the Watson Creek Lake and folks that need us more. But let us just assure you that our folks are patrolling. You can always call us, and most of everything you're gonna see is gonna be very interior and surrounded by areas that can't burn. Okay, thank you for those who attended the community meeting last night in Tiller. It was a very quality meeting. We really appreciate it. Our chief from the fire department, Kevin Keogh, was there, and Kathy Miner from the Tiller Ranger District. Really appreciate y'all speaking, really appreciate the questions. We're gonna post that video this morning after this 5 a.m. We'll get it up there so you all can see it. Okay, and we just want to ask you for some help. There was a civilian car crash on the Tiller windy roads in that area yesterday afternoon. That gives us a lot of worry, both for the public and of course for our firefighters. This is the time of year where we have heavy equipment and fire crews moving from A to B, not just to go to different parts of the fire, to patrol the snowshoe occasionally or patrol up to the Columbus, but also to go assist the Ramsey Canyon and go and assist other fires. So please do us a favor, look out for us. Drive slow enough with your headlights on that you can look out for fire crews. Sometimes you'll see an engine or two parked off at a state park during the day. I see them when I have to go do my errands. Those folks are often night shift, looking for a nice cool place to rest. They might be pulling out of a pullout during the middle of the day when they're done with that rest, getting back to their day sleeping quarters here. Keep an eye out for them. Those big engines and trucks, they move a lot slower than you do. You know these roads here and you're in a rush and have places to go. Just keep an eye out for our folks. We'd really like to keep everybody safe. As we often like to say, there's lots of moving parts. So we need you as part of our effort as keeping an eye on everything. Also, it's a no drone zone. You're not allowed to fly any civilian drones in our TFR, temporary flight restriction area. Just a quick reminder to anybody who might want to get up and look for footage. Okay, here's the Ramsey Canyon Fire update. Remember, they have a Facebook page. It's being managed in unified command by the Oregon State Fire Marshals and the Oregon Department of Forestry. Those teams came together at 2 p.m. yesterday, and they're managing the fire together. Right now, it's currently estimated, according to their site, at 1,500 acres and 15% containment. It's active on the north edge and the southeast edge yesterday. That southeast corner, if you can envision it, was pushed by the typical northern wind, just like all these fires were pushed by that northwest wind. So over in the Ramsey area, it's pushing towards that southeast corner, driven by winds. That's a typical pattern in this area. The fire is along Ramsey Road, but it has not crossed it. The smoke prevented retardant drops yesterday. The north side back down to the East Evans Creek Road. And they say that there's 30% of the fire has been lined with direct fire line. That's hand crews or bulldozers going right up against the edge of the fire. And 30% indirect, where they're starting to build that catcher's mitt, that box, something like what we've done here. The Oregon State Fire Marshals, structure protection specialists, are in doing structure assessments. Again, they got in yesterday afternoon. The Red Cross has set up a shelter at the Hanby Middle School in Gold Hill, and there will be a public meeting tonight at 6 p.m. at Hanby Middle School. So neighbors helping neighbors, those of you watching our feed and following the Miles and Columbus fires, if you have folks who are asking you throughout the day, thanks for being able to let them know. Hanby Middle School, 6 p.m. tonight. For the rest of the fire, we're basically in the mop-up, patrol, and search and destroy. Again, that deep burn, there are going to be small pockets of heat that they're looking for. We're playing the patient game here. Ann from the Ranger District told me, just reminded me how steep this little area is on the 29-25 road. She said it's like a cow's face. That's why that fire is taking such a long time to back down our road. We have crews completely ready to greet it here when it does come out, but that's going to be a long, persistent game here. All the rest of this is in backhaul. The hose and the pumps, the valves are coming back. We'll post more photos today. We posted that big mountain of hose yesterday. All that hose needs to get back in the system so fires like the Ramsey can put it out there. So even those of you who had it in your backyard who felt the assurance, when we're done mopping up, we do need to get that back in, get it out in the system so other folks can use it. Here's a quick structure protection tip, and this is from our Incident Response Pocket Guide. It's our little Bible that we draw from. It's on page 16, and it's how to protect your house quickly. Remove the small combustible materials near your structure. Close your windows and doors, including your garage, but leave them unlocked. Clean the area around your fuel tank and shut off the valve. Charge your garden hoses and have them ready. And apply foam or gel if available. And why I'm telling you that is because it's bone dry out there, folks. The folks in Ramsey Canyon didn't expect to have a blow up of 600 acres on the night that fire started. So be prepared. Have a few tools on hand. Have your things ready to go. I'm not saying that the fire is going to start in your neighborhood, but it certainly did 30 minutes away from here just a couple days ago. And that's now all that smoke that impacted the Medford Airport last night, and it's impacting all those homeowners who are now evacuated. Check out the Jackson County Sheriff's Office page. Follow that fire, and thanks for joining us. We'll be back later on today. We'll do a 209 at 9 again tonight. We'll give you the facts in the evening as soon as we can, and let us know your questions. It's a pleasure serving you. Thank you.